What's going on, you guys? Coaster here, just talking the big acquisition, or the big news of the day was that the Sharks extended Patrick Marleau, Joe Thornton, to 3-year deals. Really, this is a great deal, only because of the fact it's a hometown discount. This is not. This is definitely underpay. If you want to call it underpay. It's not about the money for Thornton and Marleau anymore. They want to stay with the team, and their contract reflects it, because if they were going to test the market, they would have gotten $7.5 million maybe in their last few years. And yeah, both guys look like they're going to retire as Sharks. This is a very big move in terms of just leadership. I was expecting that this team might have moved on from that, but Thornton and Marleau are playing very well right now. It's probably worth keeping them because they're two of the three best leading scorers on this team. Thornton being the assist man and Pavelski getting the goals as a result from it. Yeah, this team will be very good and competitive for years to come still. They got the youth still. They're able to transition well. Even when Thornton and Marleau will be past their prime and not as great anymore, they still got plenty of young guys like Logan Couture and Joe Pavelski in the long term when they move on from them. I think this is a very nice deal for the sake of the fact that you still got the core, you still have some leadership, and you still have that youth combination. Yeah, I like pretty much everything about this because it's not a long-term deal. It's the right kind of a contract where you don't front-load it. You just give a few years, the perfect window of time. And so basically, the only guy that's a free agent is Dan Boyle. I hope the Sharks don't bring him back. That's my preference, is they don't bring him back. But who knows what Doug Wilson wants? I hope it's a very short-term thing. I hope Dan Boyle walks this coming off season, but we'll see what happens. This team right now is not playing its best hockey in the win streak, but they're right up in the standings, and they should be in the playoffs again for another year in a row. So that's a good sign, of course. For the Sharks, they just got to show that they have to be able to play when it matters most. Joe Thornton has been everything but and then some. He has not been the reason why the Sharks don't make a deep run. He's actually done everything right. So Thornton, no problem. Marleau's had his postseasons of silence, but I think last year he played very well in my opinion. Just 2 years ago was not so good, but last postseason for the Sharks, I couldn't complain with how, even though they lost in Game 7 to the King, they played pretty well for any team that just wasn't able to get over that hump. But I still think this team is very capable of doing that. Just Antoniemi's playing a little up and down. Not as good as previous years, but this team, the offense is still good. The penalty killing is looking great. I like it how this team is run. They don't give stupid contracts. They give fair contracts of maybe 5 or 6 years. No front loading. And the Sharks are able to keep players that they want to keep. If Dan Boyle resigns, they will resign him if they want to. But they can always get guys for a good bargain and a good deal. I mean, Vlasic, very great contract. I like he's only getting paid like 4.2 for the next 4 or 5 years. He's getting a very nice deal. So yeah, the Sharks, good news is guys are signed for the long term, or signed for the next few years. And they're still going to be competing. The goal is to get in the playoffs, and then you get hot when it matters. That's the only thing you can hope. But I don't think Joe Thornton's been the reason why the Sharks lose. And everyone talks about him losing in the playoffs, but he's been a big reason why they're winning. So I like what I'm seeing. Ducks can. I'm not really worried about winning the division or not, but I'll talk about the Sharks in another update video right before the Olympic break. As said, this is a great deal because of the fact that the discounts, it's a very fair pay, and both guys wanted to get it done early that they signed him now. So nice going, Doug Wilson. We'll see you guys later, and keep going, Sharks. See you guys at the Olympic break.